Oh, welcome everyone to a new game. This is a space ship management survival kind of game. Kind of similar to Frostpunk. So it just dropped today. And we shall play it. And hopefully not die and fail miserably. Yeah, super strange. My keyboard lights are not at all. None of them. I don't know how that happened. Let's see how this all works out. Norway. 2049.
Launch control, we have Tycoon clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate Stanford protocol.
Clear procedures, check. Guidance go.
Yeah, algorithm online.
Batista safety protocol, check.
Launch control to EMB Charon. All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad. Tycoon to EMD share. You have clearance for final approach. EMD share. You have been assigned to Tycoon Docking Bay. Welcome on board, passengers.
It's kind of sinister, wasn't it? Welcome aboard, passengers.
Shuttle EMV Sharon is now docked. Sector 1 empowered and pressurized. Munchie decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized. Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tycoon. Property of Dolus Aerospace Engineering Corporation. You will soon be given your assignments, but until then, please continue to wait near the docking bay. We hope you have a productive voyage, and would like to thank you for your contribution towards humanity's future. Administrator, I am Eden, the personal assistant installed on board the Tycoon. In accordance with the Munchie Protocol, I have been designed to take into consideration your complete psychological profile so that I may more accurately respond to any needs you may have. My primary purpose is to ensure the Tycoon's automated systems function efficiently. I will keep track of the tasks that are necessary for you to fulfill your prerogative of reaching Proxima Centauri and carrying out field research, mining operations, manufacturing protocols, and Dolus colonization tests.
Okay. I have to set the stockpile, okay. An ally, above the supply to click the resources. I see.
Administrator, I wanted to introduce you to your first tasks personally. I'm Dolos' cryonics lead, Marduk council member Giovanni Battista. So, let's see. Your first objective will be to begin setting up essential infrastructure aboard the Tycoon, meeting the environmental conditions that are required to support your crew. Having laid these foundations, you will then oversee the installation of the Vol engine and perform a short test jump to Proxima Centauri. Upon arrival, your research teams will carry out a brief survey of local space, gather a few rock and coal dust samples, fire up the colonization protocol, begin building the foundations for mankind's future, yada yada yada. And then you'll come back. Now, in order to achieve this, you'll need to familiarize yourself with the Tycoon's core functions. It's no big deal. There's the...
I can't pause it while he talks, which is kind of frustrating because there's a lot going on and I'd like to hear him talk. And I also can't scroll through the chat because at one point I wasn't paying attention. And now I'm not sure what I'm doing.
Production, stockpiling, and distribution of resources.
I figured it out. The takes core function. Oh, wow. There I am, above the earth. Now, it looks like I only have this first sector done, and the other sectors are not up yet. Looks like I'll have to build. And this is pretty cool. I like. Okay, so far, I've enjoyed myself. It's a lot like Frostpunk, where I have a settlement of people and I have resources I need to gather. The only difference is I'm out in space on a giant spaceship that I need to get up and running. I don't know if this was abandoned. I don't think it was abandoned. I think it was just newly built, and this is the first human crew to be on board. Can't click on them or anything, but they're all there. I also can't change my perspective, like I can't tilt up or down or anything, which is fine, it's not a big deal. But going this is weird to see the curve. It's weird and cool at the same time. It's interesting.
Balancing of power output with allocation. Oh, and space exploration, you know, sending out expeditions and all that. Basically, everything needed to establish scientific advancement and harmonious autonomy on board the Tycoon following the first test of its Vol engine. Eden's gonna display and keep track of your main objectives. Oh, and Administrator, don't let the position go to your head. Veneer has insisted to center Dolos' focus on the Tycoon. But this mission is just in preparation for our next project, the Protagoras. The Marduk Council worked damn hard to pull this mission together ahead of schedule. So, toe the line, do as you're told, and bring the Tycoon back in one piece. Leave the grand gestures and saving of mankind from ecosystemic destruction to us, okay? One last word of advice. We don't all think like Veneer Dolos. As of yet, no human law has been officially established amongst the stars. That sounds like an opportunity knocking to me.
Administrator, I have established a connection with Dolos' lead data scientist, Emma Klein.
Administrator, Mr. Dolos has made it abundantly clear when it comes to security. Given the importance of the Tycoon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station. My name is Emma Klein, Dolos' lead data scientist and member of the Marduk Council. My department have just completed final synchronization between Eden and our data treatment tool, the DLS. The DLS, or Data Listening System, is capable of scanning, recording, and parsing exchanges of any kind. The DLS programming that is a part of Eden will filter all data collected and bring to your attention only the most relevant information. It will also provide you with a condensed overview of any situations that may arise and formulate potential future outcomes. It will permit you to give direct orders without having to go through additional unnecessary paperwork.
Jesus, this is a bit much right now. So I apologize if I'm really quiet here in the beginning because I do want to do well in this game and I don't want to mess it up. But I'm trying to listen to both people, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. And it's hard. So, looks like we have a couple of buildings to start out with. So I'm just going to pause, and we'll read this again here in a second. So we have a workshop, which is construction of our buildings inside, which we currently have right here, right? So this workshop allows for construction of other buildings inside by sending a mech to construction sites. So it's not humans building, it's machines building. It's pretty cool. Then we have the stockpile, which we've kind of already figured out. I stockpile different resources. I don't like that it can only use one stockpile for one resource. There might be something in the future that can allow multiple. No, I can only store one kind of resource. Oh no, looks like I can. Nope, I cannot. I can only store one kind of resource in a silo. For space, we have a docking bay, which we already have. This guy over here, which I should build a road up to it. The docking bay. Do a mining ship, a cargo ship, or a science ship. So carry out expedition teams to investigate places of interest, so kind of the same thing as Frostpunk. Cargo ship is designed to transport resources to and from. So I guess if I find an area of interest, I go then send a cargo ship to go collect that resources. So scientists will not collect anything. They'll just say, hey, this is here. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself. That might not be the case, but it sounds like it. And then a mining ship are designated for resource extraction. So like mines, stuff that's like a big rock of it, right? This is kind of loose stuff. Or these two might go hand in hand. Okay. Factories. I have the tech lab to unlock new buildings and building upgrades. The only place I can really put it is over there right now. I can't put it here. I'm not really sure where I want to put it. I think I'll put it over here. You can only have one of those. Then I put down an infirmary, and then I put down some crew quarters. I have 85 people. 3, 4. I could put them here, but I don't think I want to do that. 5, 6. I'm not gonna put road. No, I have to put road there. Okay. I like that. I think that's good. And then let us build a path up to the tech lab. Nice road there. I'll also build a road to the other resources. I can always destroy the road later. Okay, everything's connected. That's good, and that's all the buildings we have. We have crew. Transfer population from one sector to another. Oh, okay. So when I unlock a new sector, kind of their own like little sub-territories. So when I go to these guys, these walls aren't gonna come down or anything. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Let's see. People are happy right now. Really happy because they're on this really impressive spaceship right now. Which makes sense. That's going to fade away eventually as they get used to their environment. It'll become less impressive, less awe-inspiring. Just like everything does if you've been around it for so long. Also, we have happiness from our hull integrity being over 25%. Conditions are optimal for working right now, which is great. Our power consumption is 28. My available power is 32. Capacity consumption. Okay. Well, we got high hull. Our trust is pretty good right now, about 50%. Water, we have no water. So food production buildings that can be created by transforming ice in the fusion station where it is also stored. Water cannot be moved between sectors. Okay. I have a fleet management, mining ships, and cargo ships. Then these are the different views. Okay, so we got the whole solar system here. Interesting, very cool. So we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, but no Pluto. We also have the moon, too. But that's the only moon. We have no other moons of any of our planets. iron, which you can make into alloy, and then carbon, which is made into polymer, silicon, which is made into electronics, and then we just have hydrogen, waste, ice, food, and science. So, oh, I can turn off individual buildings. Okay. That's pretty cool. I like that. So far, I'm very impressed, and I'm excited to see where this is going to go.
Eden will then take care of everything via their DLS accreditation. As is often the case with tools produced by my department, I think you'll find that once you start using the DLS, you'll never be able to do without it. Oh, and before I let you go ahead and start writing history, Dr. Munchie, our lead medical expert, wanted me to bring to your attention a possible side effect of vol jumping. Whilst there is a correlation between prolonged space travel and the development of early onset dementia, he believes that a vol jump has the potential to accelerate this process, although this is yet to be proven. His recommendation is for you to immediately send any crew members that are exhibiting uncharacteristic or symptomatic behavior to an infirmary, as these facilities are equipped to treat the mind as well as the body. Remember that all of your actions and choices are being recorded by Eden. We are not affiliated with any national or even international organization. The only people that you are answerable to are those of us who sit on the Marduk Council, who represent the collective interests and ambitions of the company.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Dining. Activating a building increases the required number of workers within the sector. Having enough workers to operate all active buildings is essential to maintaining station safety. You can activate and deactivate buildings to alter how many workers are needed. Building place, when you place down building, construction process begins. Stockhouse will send resource transports to deliver the correct amount of alloys and electronics to the site. Then any activated connected workshop will send a mech to assemble the building. The bigger the building, the longer it'll take to assemble. Each workshop can only construct one building at a time. Oh, that's kind of important, isn't it? The road network is a way to transport goods from one location to another station. Roads cost no resources and take little time to build. Awesome. A station is divided into 6 sectors. Sectors contain the constructible areas of each station. Each sector is independent and separated by a gateway, which is those big walls we saw. Oh, each sector has a dedicated panel displaying information to the sector. Gain access to a new sector by manually overriding the lock and key algorithm. This process comes at a one-time cost in electronics. You will also need to have a specific amount of food and alloy delivered to the gateway to support the sector's ongoing needs, as well as ensure you have enough workers available for the sector's primary operations. Unlocking new sectors increases the structural demands on Tiquid, raising its overall fragility and thus resulting in a higher dull depletion rate. Battery is displayed in the inner sector of the map. When a sector's battery bar is full, the battery in such sectors are completely charged. That's what these green lines are. The stockpile cannot interact directly with another sector. You will need to transfer resources from one sector to another via the resource management panel. Okay. Alright, let's see the event. Administrator, Tiquin's crew members are currently unable to access food supplies. When protocols direct the constructions of a mess hall, this building is designated to distribute food from our stockpile to the crew. Access to food. So now we have a mess hall, which I'm going to put over here. I want to put it here so it's close to everyone, but we'll just put it here. I don't think distance is a big deal in this game, unlike it was in Frostpunk. I'd love to send a science ship out. And voila! We are now well informed in how to do this. I don't know if I could prioritize. I can. High priority. Really, what I should get is another workshop. This way we can kind of start building. I'm also going to make this a high priority as well. Look at the cargo! Oh my god, it's so cool. I have a real soft spot for building games. Building management games, if you haven't noticed over the years. I just like playing them. Certain ones. I need to stress that. This game in Frostpunk, great. I love it. Stuff like Open Transport Tycoon, I'm not a huge fan of. And it's a good thing Frost isn't here to hear me say that. Although he might watch the VOD later, so he might hear me. As I quickly scan chat viewers to make sure Frost is not in there, and he is not. I don't know what this is. Meal cycle. Tell me, this is basically days. Single cycle equals 1 revolution of the station. Okay. It's probably not equivalent to days, but it's the closest thing to days we have. They're almost done. There we go.
I have an incoming transmission from Marduk Council member Henry Bargeville.
Bonjour, Administrator. What a wonderful day to embrace our fate, don't you think? I'm Henri Bargeville, writer, philosopher, lobbyist, but most of all member of the Marduk Council. I have taken the liberty of personally arranging an exchange out of courtesy with the Oceanabe, a ship in high orbit belonging to one of our commercial allies, the Ashtangites. Even though they are a small organization, the Ashtangites are important partners who share the same pragmatic, moralistic, and spiritual outlook as we do. The Oceanabe will provide us with a source of food whilst carrying out the Tycoon's initial testing. By making it the first exclusive trade partner of the Tycoon, we will demonstrate to our long-term allies that Dolos wishes for them to share in our successes. Please assign a cargo ship so that we can check the trade routines. Administrator, trust in genetic connectors. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.
I can mark something as a void. There we go. I figured it out. Probes? Oh! Fleet manager? Yeah, we've been here before. A Volt engine.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Intelligence on the onboard base. The base is out of commission. Auxiliary systems are operational and could be used to restore power. We have reached the UN base. It is abandoned and depressurized. The surveillance system is operational, awaiting orders. Hacking into the surveillance system, the team will access the base central systems and retrieve any confidential data present. Dismantle the base and prepare use for resource. Let's go ahead and exploit the security vulnerability. Take 1 cycle to do. Your fleet is semi-automated and needs orders to function. Cargo and mining ships also have a limited period of autonomy in which they can operate in a space. After 10 cycles, they will return to Taquin for maintenance. If a ship is mid-task, they will complete it before returning. Okay, that's pretty cool. You can assign a mining ship to extract any number of specific resources by left-clicking on the relevant boxes. Clicking multiple times will cycle through priority levels assigned to the extraction. As with mining ships, cargo ships can be assigned to retrieve any number of resources with varying priority levels. Okay, let's take a look. We hacked the main computer systems as you ordered and retrieved several relevant research papers and data sets in data listening protocol. Awesome. I can now dismantle the base. Fantastic. So I have my guy here. I'm gonna send him to do food. Or make that a high priority. It's the only resource that I can gather right now, as you can see. So I like this. I like this tree, actually. I like this fleet manager. It's really simple. I'm also going to go ahead and make a mining ship. Just having 1 of 3, 1 of each.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Most buildings need workers in order to function. However, if a sector doesn't have enough workers, its inhabitants' working conditions will deteriorate in order to keep the facilities running correctly. I like that. Working conditions are based on the total workers need to activate buildings to run sectors and the number of fit workers present in the sector. Injured or starving crew are not able to work. There are 4 levels of working conditions. Optimal, 0 to 5% positions understaffed. Extra hours, 5 to 20% positions understaffed. Overworked, 20 to 40 hours positions understaffed. And danger, over 40% positions understaffed. If you do not have enough workers in a sector, working conditions for present workers will start to deteriorate. The worse the working conditions are in a sector, the less safe workplaces will be. This will lead to accidents. Working conditions can be checked in the sector's overview, the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. To improve working conditions, either turn off some buildings or increase the affected sector's population of workers by awakening cryopods or transferring crews from other sectors. So, we need 5 workers for this. We'll turn it off. Because we have one that's full already. So now we have optimal working conditions, so we don't need to worry about it. Event. Administrator reports are being received relating to Barjuvian clan optimization protocols based on Tequin. They indicate that crew members are being overworked, though. Okay. So they don't like working more hours, which I kind of already addressed, but we still have the event anyway. So it's just going to take a toll on the morale. And probably to deploy additional orders reduce. Ready for extraction 20. Bringing new workers from Mothership Hall on board to Quinn. We now have the tech lab done, so now we can do some research. So let's take a look at what we have. Woo! Look at this. I can't zoom out, so then that must mean this is as far out as it goes. But it looks like there's lots of solar panels, gateways, tech lab. Those are already researched, same with the space, mining, and cargo. This engine's researched. The only things that are not researched is the insect farm, the airlock, and the probe launcher. I'm surprised all this other stuff is already researched. I don't know how... Why are they even in here? Is there something about them? Oh, there's upgrades! That makes more sense. Finish research. Proceed with care. Might get a tutorial on it here in a minute. How many workers do you require? 30. There goes our mining ship. So now I could mine stuff, but I don't know.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Hey. The base has been dismantled. Although some equipment was damaged, we were able to prepare some usable resources for extraction. Perfect. Okay, well, let's go to Saturn. This is the second priority for it, as well as the people. You can see it, look, there it is! So it looks like they carry the science on them, which makes sense if they extracted, you know, data that's helpful. Technology and upgrades. Researching new technology requires science and in time. So make sure you spend your science points wisely. Unlocking science ship upgrades may provide unique options during exploration events. It's the game they're giving us a little hint. Hey, silly. You should upgrade your science ships, because you can get better events and whatnot. Most technology can be upgraded. The circles above a technology in the tree show how many upgrades are currently available. Okay. A signature trace from an EKP system has been detected near Saturn. EKP technology is the exclusive property of Dolos. but records indicate that the company has not deployed any missions to the sector. The signature will soon enter an atmosphere of Saturn. See, I just don't, you know what, F it. Send a team to investigate. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite me horrifically. Once I get more science, I think we should build an insect farm, shouldn't we? You know? We're gonna start research now because I do have 10 science right now, and I don't know how long it's going to take. Tech Lab produces 1 science every 30 cycles? Really? Dang. I think once they're done here, we'll send them back to get that science. But yeah, we definitely want to get food as soon as possible. I know it's tempting to get other stuff, but...
A science ship team has completed a task.
A prototype rocket sent by the UN seems to have a variation of EKP. We have stripped it down and recovered schematics. Well, I might as well have it collect the rest of the science there. Oh, I can move my whole station! Sectors will be powered by batteries during this time. Interesting, I did not know I could move the whole thing. That means we're gonna have cool backgrounds! Oh, I love that. That's so cool. That's so nice. It's a little thing, right? That you wouldn't think would matter a whole ton. But I like that. That's okay, we'll have him click the science here. It seems to be that I'm getting it directly. Yeah, I'm getting it directly, that's it. So I don't know what happened to the 30 science we got from that event. Maybe it was just used up in something that I wasn't aware of. But now we can finish the research for the insect farm to get our colonies some wonderful food. Juicy, juicy tender food. Crickets and whatnot. The technology insect farm has been unlocked. Wonderful. How much power? 5. Well, fudge. Turn that off. I can also turn off a workshop because we don't need it anymore. The insect farm right across the way here. Get a high priority, even though it's the only thing to be made right now. Shop now automatically repairs buildings. Repair buildings 25% faster. So no, there is no upgrade to the amount of workers like bots from a workshop, unfortunately. Science ship, huh? This technology, the technology tier 2 is required to unlock this. I don't know where that would be. Construct probes to explore planetary systems for resources and anomalies. We can research that. An airlock repairs up to 48 units of hull per cycle for 4 units of ally. So I feel like that's going to be really helpful for whenever I want to go between the inner system and the outer system with the asteroid belt separating the two. Docking bay. Loading and unloading resources from docking bay is 10% faster. See, that doesn't seem that good. Speeds up by 10%. For the amount of science and time it's going to take. Infirmary. There's a lot of this requires tier 2 technology tier 2 to unlock. And I don't know what that is. Research all technologies from the previous one. Because even here I still need it, it's locked. That might be something later? I have no idea.